Hi everybody, I hope you're well. Thank you for joining me. Hope you've had a good week. I've got some hot water in the bowl. I wanted a really relaxing shave today, so I've got the hot flannel on the face and I'm enjoying it very much. Lovely. I suppose I better take my shirt off. So I've got a lovely razor to show you this week. I've been really enjoying this razor. It's been kindly loaned to me by Michael Freedberg from North Carolina over in the United States, and I've used this razor for about a week and it's a great shave for me. I absolutely love it, and it is the Fine Accoutrements Marvel razor. Now I've got it here. You can see that the head cap is this quite unusual shape. It is flat on the top and angled down at about 45 degrees. It has 3 posts on the inside, and I'm going to be using today a Persona platinum chrome blade on its 4th use. The blade fits in very nicely. There's no wiggle room, so to speak, and the guard is this lovely shape with these sort of oversized guard rails. Very nice, fits in perfectly. Now this razor came with a little, if you can see it there, a little nylon washer, and as it was loaned to me with that washer, I've been careful to use it. It just protects the underside of the razor from any wear and tear. I have, as you know, a black feather WSD1, and the underside of the guard on my feather has worn away in a little circle and spoiled the razor a little bit, so when I come to sell it on, I will be able to get a little less money for it. So I think primarily that is why you might see people use a little nylon washer. It's a good idea. There we are, there is the razor, and isn't it an absolute beauty? It is chromium plated, as you can see. The finish is really nice on this. This was the pre-production model. More on the razor in a moment. Going to be using my rubber set today. I'm going to be using a What the Puck soap. It is a lime burst, and it's a triple milled soap. I did think that being a triple milled soap, it would be difficult to lather up, but it's not at all. It's quite a nice soap, I must say. The lime burst is doesn't really fully describe everything that's in the soap. It's got a lovely scent to it, but it is quite mildly scented. It's got a little bit of grapefruit, a little bit of lemon. It's just a very nice citrus soap. So I'm just going to load my brush here. I've got a little sample. I've got a bit more over here. Got a couple of pieces this size, so I've just squashed it into the corner of my bowl there that you can see, and that should do. I've loaded up my brush and I'm going to face lather today. Now, just before I do that, I'm going to apply a little pre-shave oil from Executive Shaving. This is lime and patchouli, so it's quite a good one to use. And I'm putting it on just before I start to face lather, because I have found that if I leave it on my face too long, it tends to dry on my face a little bit. But having said that, I do really like this product. It is a water-soluble pre-shave oil, and it's very nice to use. It feels quite luxurious when you put it on your face. I'm just going to make sure there that I rinse off my hands well, because it is slippy and I don't want the razor to slip. Now here we are, let's now just add a drop of water to that. Do you know, I've been expecting good things of this razor, and the reason for that, I don't know if you remember, but quite a while ago I used a printed razor sent to me from Canada by Mr. Mayur Patel. Now Mayur won a giveaway. And after that, he contacted me and said, you know, would I like to try one of the razors that he designed? So, of course, I said yes. And let me just show you, I've got it here. The head cap, you can see, is a similar design. Not exactly the same, of course, but a similar design with the flatter head and the sides angling down at about 45 degrees. A similar shape to the Marvel from Fine Accoutrements. I had a fantastic shave with that razor, the Hydra X6. So as soon as I saw the shape of the Marvel head, I did think it would be a very good shave, and it's proven to be. I've really been enjoying this. Oh, it's nice to face lather again for a change. suffice, I think. Now there's one thing I've noticed about this What the Puck soap. It tastes disgusting. There we are, just go through the usual rituals. Now this razor, oh, it's lovely. I don't know if you can see there. There we are, you might be able to just see the bend of the blade. It's got a lovely gap there, which is great for rinsing out, and the underside of the guard has some really nice gaps. The knurling on this razor, well, it's more of a pattern than knurling, but it's very good. It's quite grippy. The handle is wider than a usual handle, and I like it immensely because of that. It is just nice for me. Look there, I can fit my little finger under there, and that's about where the razor is perfectly balanced for me. It is designed, of course, so that that angle there sits flush on your face. There is a large blade gap on this razor of 0.95 millimeters, but the blade exposure is not too great, and what they've managed to do is to get a really comfortable and really effective razor. It's a very clever design. I just love this razor, I'll be honest with you. So here we go. You can see that it's so easy just to put that flat side of the razor on your face. For me, I get quite a nice little bit of blade feel with this razor. It's not excessive, it doesn't feel aggressive, but I can definitely feel that the blade is there, and I like that. Now, the razor is 93 grams or 3.3 ounces. So it is a little on the heavy side, but I don't find it too heavy at all. In fact, I really like this weight. It's just a lovely razor in the hand. I think that I will be buying one of these. It's great as a daily go-to razor. In fact, I think it's great just as a razor, full stop. I find the head fits nicely under my nose. I don't find it to be a problem because of that angular shape. And the razor is 87 millimeters in height, and that is just a touch under 3.5 inches. You can hear it makes a bit of noise as it takes the hair off, but it takes it off very, very efficiently indeed. I'm going to have 3 passes today. As I said last time, I've been experimenting with doing 2 passes, more or less with the grain. And I am quite liking that. I have found that there's no real need to do that with this razor, but I just prefer to do that at the moment. So super. Now the price on this I think is very reasonable. It's 40 American dollars. I know I can get it in the UK for just a touch under £40. Now it's a zinc alloy razor, but actually I think you get a very nice razor for your money. I think the chrome finish is probably my favourite finish on a razor. I do like the original nickel finishes on the old Gillettes, but I like a chrome finish. It's very hard wearing, and it looks fabulous, doesn't it? You know, there we go, look at that, I just love it. I bought a really big, what I thought was a pre-shave soap in the week I had it delivered. I mean, you've seen them, haven't you? These huge pre-shave soaps that you just, glycerin soap that you rub on. Well, it is a glycerin soap, but it's not a pre-shave soap. It's from a company called Glyca, or Glice. Classic Portuguese company. I've now bought it from a shaving accoutrements website, but it is strongly scented. with coal tar, and I think it's just a normal glycerin soap for your hand and face, because that coal tar smell completely destroys any scent from any soap or anything else. So in the end I just bought myself a big bar of hand soap, which I didn't need at all. So there we are, lesson learned. I'll have to be careful next time. Now here we go, against the grain, and now that you know, I've got loads of slick from this soap on my neck from the pre-shave as well, and now that I've taken a little bit of the hair off, you know, the razor is just sliding over my skin. I think this is one of the nicest razors I've used. Now, I know I've used a few, but this is, I'm really enjoying it. Let's just put it that way. There we go. Shave done, and the razor rinses out really well because of those big holes. It's I love the style of this. I think it looks really quite retro, but also pretty modern. Those flat caps are not new. I believe the old Mercurs used to have a flat top to the cap like that, especially the slant razors. And I have seen a vintage razor before with even more of an oversized guardrail than this, but this one is really nicely shaped. It's a very comfortable razor indeed. Oh yes. Now I bought myself a new alum block. Let me show you. I did not pay £16 for it, as I mentioned last week. That is outrageous. This one was £3.50 from Connaught Shaving, and it looks like a piece of ice. It's very clear. My last alum block, although it wasn't expensive, it was much more yellow than this. There we are. I'm just going to pop that up there so that it dries. Now, just a little tiny bit there, just on my problem area where I always get it. Other than that, not really anything at all. But I do like to use the alum. I've found sometimes when I use a soap that is super fatted, or I use a very moisturising aftershave, that sometimes my face feels too moisturised. But the alum always stops that. I've no doubt it is a little drying, but it seems to really suit me, so I don't mind using it at all. And it's always a good test to see if you've got just close enough or whether you've gone just a little too close. And of course it's really good for helping your skin heal. That is the primary purpose of using a piece of alum, as I'm sure you all know. Now I'm just going to reach across for a new bottle of the green stuff. Proraso green, look at this. It's a beautiful colour, fabulous aftershave. I'm struggling to get some out because I tipped what was left in my last bottle into here, and the air is just struggling to get in. But there we go, I've got some. I love this with a lime scented soap. I pretty much love this with any soap, to be honest with you. It's great. Now, the shave I've got, as it has been all week, has been fantastic with this razor. It is really close, really comfortable. Got a little bit of sting now from the Proraso. I really like this razor. There we are, let me hold it up to you. And yeah, what a fantastic shave. Now, just before I go, I'd like to just show you something. I received this today. I haven't used it yet, and it will be the star of the show next week. I've got a new brush. It is from Frank Shaving. It is a little 22mm synthetic brush that was made specially for me, and I just love this. So it feels very comfortable in my hand, so that will be the star of the show next week, and I'll tell you more about it then. In the meantime, please look after yourselves, subscribe if you've liked what you've seen, and I'll see you very shortly. I hope you all have a very good week. Thanks for joining me here on Friendship Shaving. You look after yourselves now. All the best.